Today we're going to test out two waterless washes. We're going to look at this Xtreme Solutions Jersey Devil, which promises to provide protection and ceramic features to an existing wax while you wash, without having to have a hose or a pressure washer or any of that other good stuff, just terry cloths and a spray. And we're also going to look into this Adam CS3, which promises much of the same stuff, and we will find out which one is better. Now, this is not like our normal wax test videos. We're not going to be doing a scoring, and it's not going to be quite as scientific as the other work we do, or scientific. I don't really consider what I do to be science. It's really just testing. Having said all that, we are going to do some tests today. It's not going to be the most objective work I do, but it should be interesting if this is kind of curious for you. So let's get going. This is my test hood. I purchased this hood specifically to test detailing products, and you've seen this featured in my wax test videos. Now, if you want to learn more about this hood, I'm going to leave a link right up here for you so you can learn about the history, how I got it, and how I prepped it for the first time. What we're going to do with the hood today is we're going to apply the same wax to both sides of the hood, and it's going to be the Jescar Power Lock Plus. I know that it does not leave water etching. It kind of helps prevent water spots that are usually easy to wash off with a shampoo. And what we're really going to be testing here is how the waterless wash performs on top of the Jescar. So one side is going to get the Adam's waterless wash, and the other side here is going to get the Xtreme Solutions waterless wash, that Jersey Devil. Once this panel has spent some time outside in the rain and the elements, we're going to take it back inside and perform a series of tests. Because we want both products to have a fair chance, we're going to apply this Meguiar's 205 to both surfaces and use my flex polisher here to get the surface prepped. Now, I've already used a little isopropyl alcohol to clean things up, and we're going to stick a little polish here. Next, we're going to do a quick decontamination with this rubbing alcohol. We're going to grab our Jescar Power Lock Plus and a little applicator pad. And this stuff applies better in little buffing motions than crosshatches. It's just due to the consistency of it. Now we've got to let the stuff cure for half an hour, and I'll mark that on my watch. Guys, it's been 30 minutes now, and I'm going to use this nice edgeless microfiber from the Rag Company. Let's start over on this side, and oh man, I just love how easy Jescar comes off. It is probably one of the best qualities of this wax. It really reminds me of that Wolfgang. Let's go ahead and do this side, and again, just super easy, just some light passes. Not only is this surface pretty to look at now, it's also very nice to touch. I'm a big fan of the Jescar if you want that show car look. Now, what I'm gonna do with this thing is take it outside in the rain and leave it in my backyard and let it kind of get all those water spots, all the dirt that's being blown around by the wind. The panel has had a couple of days, a day to cure, and then it spent a day out in the rain and the weather. And you can see the water spotting as well as some of the minor debris. And just in case it's a little hard to see, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what some of the debris looks like. It's just little pieces of vegetation, nothing really crazy. It's not like I went through the mud or anything. We're gonna start with a Jersey Devil on this side, and the instructions are to basically spray the surface down. And then we're supposed to use one side of the towel, and we'll use the blue side here to continue to wipe the surface down. And we'll give it a pass this way, and we'll give it a pass that way. And then we're gonna go to the green side here, and we're just gonna buff the remainder in. I think it did a good job. I think, you know, overall, definitely got the spots out. Much the same way, we're gonna use this Adam CS3. And again, we're gonna wipe, flip our towel and wipe again, and one more time. So hopefully that got all the contamination. We're gonna flip the towel to a new side, keep going. So far, I will say the Adams is a little harder to buff out. It seems more sticky. As far as first impressions, I think that it was a little easier to use the Jersey Devil. It came off much easier, less stickiness. That being said, I think the Adams is still easy to use. It wasn't terrible, I just felt it gripping the towel more. And that made me worry that maybe it could scratch more because I'm having to kind of buff. What we're gonna do now is let this entire panel rest another day, and I'm gonna come back and test slickness. And then we're gonna take this panel outside and give it our durability testing, just like we do with waxes. And the goal here will be to see if the two products have changed the durability of the base product that we applied, which was that Jescar Power Lock Plus. We normally got about 11 washes out of that Jescar. Are we gonna get more? Or are we gonna get less? Both these products claim to add protection. Before we move on, I wanted to remind you guys that there are gonna be links, as usual, down below in the description. They're Amazon affiliate links, and they are to the products that we're testing in this video. So if you click those, I get a very small commission. And Xtreme Solutions was also kind enough to give a coupon code for my visitors, which I will also link down below in the description. It works for most products on their page. Now, I also wanted to ask you guys to remember to please like, subscribe, and comment on the videos if you've enjoyed the video so far. I really work hard to make these for you, and it means a lot to me when we get to interact. We've now given over a day for the waterless wax to cure for any effects it may have, and it does feel pretty slick, and I'm gonna see what the difference is between the two surfaces. To be honest, it's kind of hard to say. It feels like they're about the same. In fact, I would kind of say the base slickness feels very similar to how the Jescar was on its own, but at the very least, we know that it has not reduced the slickness, and I really can't tell any difference between the two sides. All right, guys, we're ready to do our durability testing, and this is where we will wash this panel until there is a failure where the wax no longer looks like you would keep it on your car because there are too many dead spots. And normally when we do our wax reviews, we would score this, but we're not gonna do that today. We're just gonna count the amount of washes. As usual, we're gonna be using the same Adam shampoo with their foam cannon, same settings, same dilution, same everything. And we're gonna be using the same pad and the same pressure washer setup. Now, before we start washing, we're just gonna test out and see how hydrophobic the panel is. That is very hydrophobic. Both sides with the Jersey Devil and the Adam CS3 are performing pretty well. I can't really tell a difference. So let's start washing and see if one of them lasts longer than the other. And now we're gonna rinse. Let's test the hydrophobicity. Let's look at the Adam CS3. And now let's look at the Jersey Devil. On a first glance, I think the Adam CS3 side is deteriorating faster from just one wash. Now 4 in, let's take a look how hydrophobic the Adam CS3 is. We can see there are some really big patches starting to form where the wax is not working well. Let's take a look at the Xtreme Solutions Jersey Devil. And much the same, there are big patches. Let's kind of look in the middle and compare the two. So again, both have taken that hit, but the Adams is definitely struggling much more 4 washes in. So guys, we are 11 washes in, and it's time for the moment of truth. We will find out if the two products have added extra protection on top of what Jescar normally gives us. So let's see how number 11 looks with both products. Let's give the Adam CS3 a shot. Still working, but definitely major failure areas. And now let's take a look at our Jersey Devil from Xtreme Solutions. And much the same, it is still working. Let's compare the two. And hopefully you can tell that the Adams is still behind 11 in. All right, let's take a look at the Jersey Devil. So at 23, the Jersey Devil still has those big fail patches, but it's not quite done. And let's take a look at the CS3. So these patches are now massive, and I think I'm gonna have to call that done. Look at how slow the runoff is. So I'm gonna call it 23 for the Adams CS3, topping the Jescar Power Lock Plus. Very impressive. It added 12 more washes on top of the base product's 11. Very cool. And again, we can see just how much faster the Jersey Devil is running off and how much is still left on the Adams side. And again, see, very quick. See, it just always beats it. So guys, I just did the 28th wash on the Jersey Devil side. Let's take a look and see if we're ready to call it quits. And I would certainly say so. That is a big failure patch and it's not dissipating quickly. Let's compare it to the Adams CS3 that died at 23. And I think the two are now just about the same. I don't see a big difference visually. And let's take a look and see how they run off. Yeah, they're just about the same. And again, the runoff is just almost totally identical. So I would say both are done. So very impressive, 28. That is 17 more than the base. Well guys, I want to give you my final thoughts on the two products we looked at today. Overall, I was super impressed with both. To be quite honest, I was kind of expecting that any protection that a waterless wash was going to add would be quite minimal, but it almost seemed like these products acted like their own wax. And you know, the base performance of the Jescar Power Lock Plus was about 11 washes. And this had bumped us up tremendously. And then sort of beyond the unexpected performance in terms of durability, I didn't see any hits to slickness. You know, it almost felt just as slick as the Jescar is on their own. And I'm not sure if it's because both of these products are super slick or not. And also visually, they both looked pretty good to me. Although for both visual and slickness, I didn't really leave a control. So what I'm gonna propose to you guys, if you enjoyed learning about these waterless washes, and that is another category you'd like me to expand to, like for example, some of you have asked about shampoos, I did the one little shampoo video, I will take some time to come up with criteria, proper controls, maybe test multiple products underneath the waterless wash, like maybe a ceramic product, a traditional product. You know, we'll think of stuff, and then also do, you know, our controlled visual tests, the gloss tests, everything. So if it is interesting, leave me a comment down below in the description. I'd love to know what you think, and if it is something we want to do more of, I will of course set that up. So I will catch you guys again really soon. Remember to like and subscribe, and of course leave me a nice comment. It does mean the world to me.